What's the hardest thing you've lost in life so far? I've lost a father, a son, a marriage, friends. I've lost my dignity at times. But the hardest thing I've ever lost is myself. I didn't realize how much I lost myself due to the roles that we play in life. I was a mother, a wife, an employee, a friend, a daughter. But much of my life, I was not me. I was not myself. But I didn't know that. I was so into the role of being a mother. My children got everything I had, and they should, and they did. And I'm better for that, and they're better for that. But there wasn't much to give myself, and because of that, I was very emotionally stunted through much of my 20s and 30s. I lost myself in the role of being a wife. I put my kids first. I put my husband next. And again, not much left for me. I gave a lot to my employer. I was a teacher for close to 17 years. And you do so much as a teacher. You work on the weekends, you work on holidays, you work in the summers, you work in the evenings, you help your children with homework, and then you prepare for your next day of assignments. You grade homework of other kids after cooking dinner, after prepping all your meals for your husband, after cleaning the house, making doctor appointments, bathing your children. There's no time left for the woman. There's no time left for the mother. I lost myself in these roles. It wasn't until after my child passed away that I had more time and realized how much time I never gave myself, because I didn't really know what I liked to do with this extra time I had. And at this time, my husband and I were still together, and we started doing more activities together, hanging out together. But still, that was the role of a wife, the role of still in that caregiver type role. So I still didn't truly know much about myself and what I liked to do and what I wanted and what gave me joy and happiness and what gave me peace, besides being with these people that were in my life and caring for these people. I was still in that role a lot. And so really, once I was on my own after my marriage, that's when I really got to figure out what I liked as a person, who I was, and I began to find myself again. What really helped me find myself was travel. I started traveling alone. More to come on that. I started traveling alone after my marriage, and I realized I would have to travel alone if I was to travel at all, because now I found myself single. And in this travel, I started figuring out what I like to do, how I liked to enjoy my holiday, what I like to do with my time. I did like to rest. I did like to go out late dancing. I like to get massages. I like to lay on the beach and read. I like to leisurely lay in a hammock for hours. I was oftentimes accused and oftentimes thought I was a very busybody type of person, but I realized I had a lot of chill in me. I like to rest and relax just as much as I like to go out and be very busy and active and be out in the world. I liked both things. I realized how much I love talking to people, how much I love interacting with new people. I never knew that about myself because I never had time to do those things. I never had time to discover those things because I was so lost in the role of a mother, a wife, an employee, a sister, an aunt, a friend, all those things. And so losing my son was very difficult. Losing my father, very difficult. Losing my dignity at time, much deserved, but very difficult. Losing myself is the hardest thing I ever lost and what I'm most grateful to have found again. I truly know who I am now, and I had no idea a few years ago when I started my self-discovery journey after my marriage ended. Who you are when no one is looking, when no one's around, is truly who you are as a person. So I learned to start spending a lot of time on my own so I could discover who I truly was without the influence, the compromise to another person. Because when you're with other people, you do compromise because you care about these people. And you'll do things they want to do and spend time how they want to spend time, as you should when you're sharing your time with someone. But to truly understand who you are and to find out who you are takes being alone, sitting with yourself enough to discover that. I never had that time before because I was full-time engaged, involved with caring for my children, one who was disabled and required an immense amount of time. My other child, who was very gifted, but was in every activity, every sport, all those things, required, as children do, a lot of time. And with my husband, between our work schedules, the free time we had after the kids, we usually spent together, as couples do. So there was not much time for me to spend with myself, for myself, staying engaged with who I am as a person. I don't think it's something that we think about often as women when we are in the roles of wife and mother and we're just in it, going to work every day, taking care of the children, cooking dinner, meal prepping, going to the grocery store, doing all the things, planning for all the holidays, the events, the sporting events, the birthday parties, all the things that we do as mothers and wives. I don't think we stop and consider who would we be, who are we, if we take these roles away, if we strip away the role of a wife, of a mother, of an employee, what's left? What's left? If you don't know what's left, or if you don't like what's left, you need to start making time for that now. Maybe it will save your marriage. Maybe it will save your sanity. Maybe it will save you from losing yourself completely. And you can have a longer time of your life being a better, best version of yourself, because knowing who you are and being true to that and participating and engaging in the activities that define who you are and make you happy is a big part of being that best version of yourself. So if I would have taken the time to stop and ask myself who I was outside of a wife and mother, an employee, a daughter, a sister, and just who am I as this person walking earth, I would have got to a point, I hope, I think, of inner peace, of happiness much sooner than I did. And I think the goal of life is to get to this place as soon as possible so that you are your best, happiest version of yourself longer while you're here on this beautiful experience that is Earth, that is life. So do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? If not, ask yourself these hard questions and figure it out. It's so important. At this point, there's not anything in me that wants me to go back and save my marriage. But at a point there was. And I think if there was a way to save my marriage, it would have been to know who I was, to be true to that, and to ensure that my ex-husband was also being true to that by supporting those parts of him that make him an individual so that we individually stay happy and then we can be happier together. But we didn't do that. And that's okay because I'm doing that now. What is the hardest thing you've ever lost? Think about that. If it is something other than yourself, because you know who you are and you know that you are still intact and that you're still in there, you are still in there, you know who you are, you know what makes you happy, you know what causes you to regain your inner peace, you know what you would like to do on a Saturday and you do it all by yourself, You know what brings you pure joy. You can sit alone in your house on the weekend and keep yourself busy with activities and hobbies because you know what you like to do. You know who you are. Then maybe you haven't lost yourself. But if losing yourself is something that you resonate with, that is the hardest thing you ever lost, I truly challenge you to work on that and find out who you are and build that relationship with yourself, because it was the hardest thing I ever lost, but it's also the greatest thing I've ever found. I lost a child, but still, the hardest thing I ever lost was myself, because I cared for that child day in, day out, provided him with everything he needed to be the best, happiest version of himself. I truly committed to that child. I did everything I could to make sure that he was well cared for, even at the risk of my own sanity, my own health, my own needs, which is why I lost myself. That's part of the reason. I should have taken some time for myself during those caregiving years, but I didn't. I put him first. I put my family first, as a lot of us do. But because of that, I ended up being 38, 42, trying to find myself, trying to figure out who I was. And wow, I was way off. I did not even recognize myself. I truly feel like I have returned back to myself since my self-discovery, since my growth period. I feel like I have now reconnected with my younger self that was replaced and lost during those years of survival, during those years where I let the roles of wife and mother and employee take over and become what I was. So losing a child is so hard, so difficult. I don't wish it on anyone. It's a hard thing to live through. It's a hard thing to recover from. But losing myself, when this is my life, and the only way that I can benefit and be a blessing to others is by being the best version of myself and extending those gifts to other people, whatever they may be, in each of us. That was very hard for me. That was the hardest thing I ever lost, because I strayed so far from my path. I strayed so far from who I was as an individual. We all have those core values that we are. And some of those got me through the hard times. Some of those got me through the difficult times of raising a special needs child, the difficult times of going through a divorce, the difficult times of life, the difficult times that you have in your career. Those core values got me through that. But a lot of my core values, my core traits, I lost along the way because I was in survival mode and didn't have any time and didn't put any time towards keeping myself intact. So I lost myself. And that is the greatest thing I've ever lost, was myself. But it's also the best thing I've ever found. Have you ever woke up one day and thought, my God, who am I? Who am I? What do I even stand for? What do I even like? What would I do today if I had money to do anything? Do I even know what I want to do? I mean, it's almost like waking up and having amnesia when you wake up and realize, I have no idea who I am. And it's me. I should know this. How have I gone this many years and not know who I am? It doesn't make any sense. I knew what I needed to do as a mother. I knew what I needed to do as a wife. I knew what my employer expected of me, but I didn't know what made me tick. I didn't know what made me happy. I didn't know my likes, my interests. I didn't know how to fill myself up. I wouldn't have known how to tell you who I am, what I stand for. Everything in this crazy mind, I wasn't in control of it. My thoughts were running me, and I was just going along with whatever every single thought told me to do. I was not in the driver's seat. My thoughts were. I now tell people, I am the calm behind my thoughts. I see my thoughts, and I am the calmness behind them that direct my life and drive my life. The calmness behind my thoughts decide what actions I'm going to take, how I'm going to respond. I was not even making the decisions in my life. I was so much on autopilot. I was a wife, a mother, an employee. Then the rest of my family got some of me, an aunt, a sister. And I know all of those parts make up who we are. But if I take those parts away, I'm still here. But I wasn't. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what a day in the life of Shelley would look like if I just took off on my day without being a mother, a wife, a daughter, a teacher. What does that look like? Everything was basically stripped away from me. If I strip it all away, what's left? I had to figure that out. That's why the greatest thing I lost was myself, because that's the one thing I feel like I never should have lost. And if watching my videos can help one person, one mother, one wife, one mother of a special needs child not lose their self in their roles of caregiving, then it's worth putting myself out here to talk to you and to share my story and hopefully help just one of you. I am so shocked at how far from my path I strayed. I want to help other women stay true to who they are as individuals. People see my photos now from before my growth, and they say, "Oh my gosh, that doesn't look anything like you." I don't recognize the person either. The style is not mine. The look is not mine. The haircut is not mine. I don't know who that person was. This is who I am on the inside. And finally, my inside matches my outside, and my outside matches my inside because I know who I am. I lost myself, but now I am found. And I truly hope to help some of you do that by just sheerly inspiring you to ask yourself these hard questions. Ask yourself who you are. Ask yourself, if you take away these roles, do you know who you are still? And if you do, fantastic. If you don't, let's work on it. Because you are the one person that you deserve to know intimately. You are the one person that you deserve to continue to grow with and improve on and always know. You are the one person that you will have this relationship with from the beginning of your life until the last day that you have on earth. Don't lose yourself like I did. There's so many losses in life. We lose marriages, we lose people, we lose children. I hope none of you do, but we do, right? I have. I know it's a lot of people that have. So we do. We lose children, we lose people, we lose jobs, we lose money, we lose people that we love, boyfriends, husbands, parents. We lose opportunities. Don't lose yourself. And when you find yourself, hang on tight, because it is going to be the ride of a lifetime. You are going to discover so many wonderful things about yourself that you never knew, that you're going to explore and enjoy and inspire other people to do, that you are going to finally feel like you are on the path that you were destined to be on. And people are going to see you and know that you are alive inside there and you are in control and you are driving and that you are. I found boundaries and I found peace in the fact that I didn't need anything from anyone else. As I started figuring out who I was and filling my life with those new parts of my identity, with my identity, who I was, what I liked to do, what activities I enjoyed, what brought me peace and happiness. As I started doing that, it was easier to let that marriage go. It was easier to let that idea go of that person, that man, that commitment, because I had something to fill it with. I had something to fill it with. I realize now, looking back, that it was so hard for me to let go of my marriage because I didn't know who I was without that role. I had so much of who I was tied to the role of being a wife and a mother. And without those roles, I didn't know who I was anymore. One of my sons passed away, the other one went to college. And when I lost my marriage, I had no sense of identity. That's why losing myself was the hardest thing I ever lost. Myself. That was the hardest thing I've ever lost. And as I started figuring out who I was and finding myself again, that loss of marriage became easier to deal with because I had something else to fill its place. I had something else to put in its place. Me, my happiness. I found my courage. I found strength I never knew I had. And I found out who the woman I'm supposed to be is. I found independence, and I found joy in the fact that my happiness did not depend on anyone else. I lost myself, but I found a woman with confidence, with adventure, with love. I found a woman who knows who she wants to become. I may have lost myself, but I found my peace. I found my interest. I found excitement again. I found my energy. I found a sense of aliveness that no one can touch. I found my purpose, and I found the woman I was meant to become. Until we can awaken abroad, please awaken within with me.